Sharon, what's a major roadblock that you and your organization has overcome?
I think the biggest roadblock that we have overcome, however, I'd like to put it in the present tense, that we continue to overcome, we are overcoming, is the awareness of what ABA is. ABA stands for Applied Behavioral Analysis, and according to the funding, that is the intervention that the funding supports. And there has been this thinking that it is just not a great type of intervention. And if you think back, it's funny because when I started about 32 years ago, one of the very first conferences I went to was done by Dr. Lovaas, and Dr. Lovaas is sort of the guru of ABA. And I walked out of that workshop. It was in Montreal, an incredibly cold day, and I remember walking out, and I said to the friend that I was there with, I just said, hell will freeze over before I ever do that type of intervention. How life changes though. So here I am, the director of an agency that is based on applied behavioral analysis. The fact of the matter is though, is psychology's more research started happening, and we started realizing that okay, the principles are fabulous, but they need to be tweaked here, they need to be tweaked here. We need reinforcement, not punishment. Reinforcement is where to go. And that was the big thing that changed, is the reinforcement and more research in those areas, and the importance of making what we teach the children practical, not just sort of like, oh, my child can do this. It's like, well, what are they going to do it for? You know, like, is it functional? Is it practical? Is it going to help them in life? Is it going to help them during the day? And that's where ABA went. So, unfortunately, some people were still thinking that ABA intervention was still back in that era of, you know, like you have to sit on a seat and it has to be bump, 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 bump. And that's just not ABA today at all. There are certain strategies, but it's all based on data driven, it's based on good behavioral principles, and I think that we have overcome that fear of ABA because of the results. And that's why I want to put it in the present tense, because what we have to continue to do is to how the children succeed, how the children learn, how the children develop, and people just continually start understanding, oh, this is what ABA is. The internet's wonderful, YouTube's wonderful, but unfortunately people look at ABA and sometimes they show videotapes taken back all those years ago, and that's what they think ABA is today. In fact, just recently I was speaking to a mother and she said, I've done a lot of research on ABA and I saw how intensive it is, but then I observed the intervention for my child and it's just not the same. And at first I was thinking, oh my goodness, she must be thinking that, you know, we're not doing well or whatever. And she went on and said, it's just so much fun. Like, my child just really loves coming and it's just so much fun. It's not what I saw on the video. And then I realized that she probably was watching a video of way back. So I guess that is one of the biggest challenges that we have had, is overcoming sort of like the stigma of ABA. And I mean, to this day, we even have a music therapist and who is combining music therapy with ABA principles. And the results are phenomenal, to use the milieu of music but put it into the ABA world. We're just seeing all kinds of results with our children with it. So I guess that would be one of the biggest hurdles that we have overcome.